Hello and welcome back to the Super Heavyweight YouTube channel, where in today's episode we'll continue with the Arsenal Master League being played on the difficulty mode of Superstar. Again, just a reminder that we put together this Master League to show you the process that I go through when signing players for the Master League, so do check out the playlist if you haven't done so. Please do make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so, because remember, we're changing the game and taking over, so a big match against Marseille, we'll go straight into it. Of course, I've got the game between Chelsea as well, so I am going to make some slight adjustments. So I'm probably going to bring on Sane there for Klosterman. De Ligt will stay. I'm probably going to play Bustos for this one. Anana, the goalkeeper, can come in for this one. Haaland I'm going to put on the bench. So we'll put Haaland in there. We'll play Bernardeschi. We'll play Harrit as well. We'll get Guendouzi in there for. I'm going to play Guendouzi and Ceballos for this one, just so that. And I'm going to play Fabra as well. I'm going to give a lot of the players a chance. And we'll bring Kier on. Actually, I think Kier can come on. So we're going to change it about Jovic, Bernardeschi, and I might play. I'm just thinking, should I play Clive? I'm going to play Clivert. So we've got this team, and look, that's another really good team. So we've got several players that we can change, and Kier in there as captain, I think will do a fantastic job. So of course, I mean, Dimitri Payet, it is his old club, so maybe we'll bring him back. Oh, Daniel James is gone there as well, so of course we've got to be mindful of his pace, hence the reason why we've got both Bustos and Fabra in there. But look, God, this is a big game because we need to do well in Europe, and we've got a squad that should allow us to do so. Marseille, I mean, a fantastic team. Of course, they are a very, very, very big club in France, even though recent results haven't quite gone their way. They are a big club, and so that's one that we'll have to try and work out and see, can they get back to their best. So that at the Stade Velodrome, I believe it is, Kier's coming as captain. I mean, Sane is subject to a bid by West Ham. Guendouzi and Danny Ceballos are back in, and what I'm going to do is probably, we do need a centre midfielder. Oh, Strootman, I mean, this guy, the Dutch player Kevin Strootman, I mean, this guy was one of the best players going, but has some serious knee injuries, so that's curtailed his what did I say, performances, because look, he's still at Marseille, he's still playing, he's still doing a really good job. But I mean, that guy was an absolute super heavyweight baller, but that's what injuries do, and if you can try and overcome those, but some serious knee injuries. I mean, I think Ansu Fati is going through this. What I've just realised, we do have some really, really small players. Fabra, Bustos, Clivert, and look, this is going to be a very, very tough game. I think Sanson has gone to a Premier League club. I think it's Aston Villa, so it just shows that, you know, someone like Villa are able to buy players from Marseille. And of course, Villa are a very big club as well. They've got a rich history, a bit like Nottingham Forest, etc. and so forth. So Jovic, we need Jovic to probably start performing, get in and around. Of course, he hasn't had as many games since Haaland's come. Of course, having Teixeira in there does give us a bit of a conundrum when it comes to selection. But I think, look, we've got a second string side out, but I do think that we are still favourites to win this game. Bernardeschi, following the game against Tottenham, had to play, but I thought he did really, really well. Ceballos in that midfield gives us that creativity. Of course, probably not defensively sound as we could be. Daniel James is just so fast, but we've won the ball back. Bernardeschi again does really well. Harrit again spreads the ball wide, looking there to Teixeira, and Marseille are able to win the ball. Kamara plays that to Daniel James. Again, he's an absolute speedster. I'm looking forward to how Guendouzi does, because hasn't started for a while and hasn't really got many games since we went to the new formation. But yeah, look at that, what a signing he was. Clivert. Oh, Clivert's through. Can he get a good ball in there? Oh, not quite. Maybe Jovic could have given him that option of running through to the near post, but Cliver needs to do better there. But look, he's a young kid at 20 years old. So I think we've done well with him. Some bias there against Samson. Bustos versus Daniel James, I think, would be a good contest. And of course, Anana again. I mean, as I was saying, what a second goalkeeper to have. Oh, that's a bit too far for Fabra to get over. But again, the original left back that we signed, Harry. It's a good ball, and Guendouzi there to Jovic, and we're away. Some really good last-minute tackles from them. And Bernardeschi asking the question, quite rightly so, that why wasn't that a foul? Bernardeschi couldn't quite find Jovic. I need Jovic to go a lot earlier though. Of course, I know he's better with the ball coming in the box, so getting on the end of crosses. I'd just like to see him make that run. Of course, pace isn't his strongest suit, but Guendouzi plays that to Clivert. Probably has a beating of Sakai as another player that we considered. That's good football, plays that there to Harriet. Oh, good interception there by Strootman. And Sane gets that ball there to Daniel James. Just got to make sure that we don't give him too much space. Ooh, that's well worked, and Anana's come to the rescue. I'm not sure who the striker is. Oh, Benedetto, the player that used to play for Boca Juniors. Again, if you do see that Netflix documentary on Boca Juniors, he did have the cruciate knee injury, but he's done well to come to Europe. I think France would be a really good club for him. So, two of our centre backs have come out. We need to try and get them back in as quick as possible. So Harriet will come across, and Marseille will get that long throw at. Need to try and get Ceballos on the ball. And again, Jovic. Oh, that's well read there by Strootman. The centre back who plays that ball there to Strootman. Again, give a lot of. Oops. Bernadette, I mean, Sane, I pressed the wrong button. Well, I chose the wrong player. I was actually looking to move Guendouzi across. I moved Sane, and Benedetto has scored. I mean, his shooting prowess, I mean, he was going free left, right. So if you look, I've just actually moved Sane when I was actually looking to move Guendouzi. So, looking to try and cover the line. Not quite, and that's where sometimes I feel I should hold down L2 more often than not, because then if you're holding R1, you're not going to make a run like that. You've had the shot at this level, you will be punished. And a great celebration. And we find ourselves 1-0 down when really, I don't think there's been much between the two teams. But of course, Ceballos on loan from Real Madrid. Get that ball out wide. Fabra to Guendouzi, plays that there to Justin Clivert, and Fabra's there, and Saka's had to put it out for a throw-in. Found ourselves in a dangerous position, so we've just got to keep going. So Ceballos, can he get a cross in there? He can, and Bernardeschi's coming in. That's a great cross there by Ceballos. A very good football player. I think Arsenal should look to probably make that move. But he's not been starting for Arsenal recently, which is interesting to say the least. I'm not sure if he's injured, but we need to get someone like him in that midfield to be able to orchestrate the position. But Daniel James again, a great outlet for Marseille. But Bustos has done well against him. Two young players up against each other. I remember when I saw that goal from Daniel James in the FA Cup, that really shot him to prominence. We run the length of the field. And look, he's a good substitute to bring on, I think, for Man United. Just when teams are tiring, or especially if they've got the lead and teams are looking to attack him, to hit that ball over the top. It's a good ball there. Fabra looking to bring the ball ball out, plays that to Clivert. Oh, Jovic couldn't quite return the favour. But we've now managed to we're asked a few questions of Marseille. Of course, we need to try and get an away goal because that could really scupper a lot of things. So if we can get the away goal, I think that would be really good. Guendouzi plays that out to Fabro, who's able to bring the ball out, but it's half time with that goal from Benedetto, which was a mistake on our part. But I do feel that you know, we're still in the game, and I'm just trying to think what I might do with Guendouzi is turn him into a midfielder. I mean, they have had a lot of possession, have Marseille, but we haven't really done much with it. That one ball into feet, which really we should have cut out in the game. Look, we made a silly mistake. Talvin, I think he played for Aston Villa. Well, he was in the Premier League anyway. Samson and Bernadeschi again. It's been a slow type of game. Really hasn't suited our pace. But of course, we've got to make sure that we just keep possession for a bit. Harry tried to play that ball in there to Jovic. Benedetto. Again with the shot. He's got that dipping type shot that we see. Harry couldn't quite find the pass in that midfield. It's just that dipping shot. I mean, he can have a shot from there. I don't expect him to beat the keeper, but it was well wide in the end. We can start again. I'm just going to make Guendouzi a centre midfielder. I just feel that maybe between him and Ceballos, one of them can probably just come in. I'm going to leave Jovic on there for now and give him another 10 minutes, and then maybe bring on Teixeira just to give him a bit more support. So Onana plays a great ball out there to Bustos. There to Ceballos, to Harry. Of course now Guendouzi is going forward. And there we're in. Clivert, the keeper Neto, sorry, of Barcelona, because I remember him being my second choice goalkeeper in there, but we've won the ball back. And Harry gets that ball out there to Clivert. Back to Harry. And a great run there by Fabra. Can he get a good cross? And he can. Oh, that's great defending. Marseille probably realise they're in a game now. Oh, that's a poor ball there by Fabra. Got to find Harry. But again, Kevin Strootman, with his experience, was able to see the ball. Daniel James trying to run at Bustos. Slows the play down. I suppose when you got someone so quick, you don't want to be rushing in for a tackle. Fabra comes over to Thauvin. Sane, he's going to win that all day, every day. I think the change to get Guendouzi. Fabra was the right idea, but poorly executed. We're going to bring on a substitute, but this time instead of bringing on Haaland, I'm going to bring on Teixeira, so have a bit more pace up front. Let's get Paye in there, and I'm probably going to take off. I'll put Harry in that midfield. So we've got Paye, and if we need to bring on someone like a Coleman or a Haaland, we can do so. So we're going to bring off Danny Ceballos, who's had a good game actually, but I need to keep Guendouzi in there because defensively he gives us, as a midfielder, that extra support that we want. But that pass, they've had that on every time, and be fair, I mean, they've played that pass, but Bustos has won, or did win the ball back, but Daniel James has got the ball back. Again, Benedetto was able to get the ball out. That's a great ball in there. Can we play that ball? Clivert, can he get past Saka? That's great defending. But Clivert's asking questions. That's really been our option that we've gone. I thought Guendouzi would have got to that. Fabra trying to win that ball back. Okay. Sane with a solid header. Roniger, sorry, keeps the ball in. He's had a good game actually, being tidy. Clivert. There to Bernardeschi. Can he get Bustos away? Can he get the cross in? Oh, not quite. And oh, Harry couldn't just get that ball out of his feet. And that's oh, he's put it wide. Oh no. Oh, we should have scored that. That should have been the away goal. I mean, it was pinball, mistakes going everywhere. We've won the ball back, and we're through. And I've put it wide. Oh, I can't believe that. Lost for words. But look, it's happened. We've got to move on, and fast. I mean, we've got 10 minutes. We've got to get an away goal. Pai is in there, so I'm hoping that he will be able to give us a bit more creativity in that middle of the park. And we've got Harriet there back in centre midfield. So of course, even though we lose that defensively, and Benedetto again, just that shot. I mean, look, to be honest, you don't expect him to score from there, so that's good defending in one way, to be able to see him out. He just finds that space, and that's what he's really good at, so we've got to be careful. But we've managed to, again, get the ball, and let's go again. 10 minutes, a big 10 minutes for us. Dimitri Payet against his former club. Teixeira. It's a good ball there to Fabra. Oh, it just takes a heavy touch. And Strootman's coming off for Cousins. I think Cousins was supposed to move to a club in the Premier League, and I think his medical, there was a bit of an issue with his medical and didn't end up moving, so I'm not sure. Or did he pull out of the deal? I couldn't quite remember, but that name does ring a bell. Bustos with a great header. Payet there to Guendouzi. It's a good ball. Oh, well tackle there by Saka. He's done a fantastic game. And again, he was a player that we did shortlist. If you do look at the first episode, we've got to try and win the ball back, which is really, I mean, Marseille have done really well in that. They've made the pitch really, really big. And of course, we're going to play Chelsea, and all eyes were on that Chelsea match, but I still felt we should have beaten them. And we had that one amazing chance where you couldn't ask for much in terms of scoring those goals. So we've got to get the ball out. It's a great header. Can Clivert win that ball? No. I mean, they're really pressing high. Centre backs in our half, and we don't want to concede here though. All that hard work. Just a bit mindful that of Daniel James. Look, it's 1-0, not the result that we wanted. However, look, I'll take that because I am confident of beating them by 2 goals. The only worry for me is if they get that away goal. That's the only concern. But look, we just have to deal with it as and when it comes. Of course, no Haaland in this game. I've decided to leave him out. Was that a mistake? Well, we're going to find out in the second leg. So look, we're still in the tie though, and then what we'll do is we'll just take it from there and see what happens. But a big game against Chelsea now. All our focus needs to turn to how can I put it? It's a big game for us, this Chelsea game. So look, we'll end the episode because as you can see, we are 9 points behind Chelsea. If we win that match, then that will allow us to shorten the gap to 6 points, which will help us immensely. So we'll be doing everyone a favour as well, those teams below. So let's just end the episode. I want to thank everyone for your support, really appreciate it. And remember, we're changing the game and taking over.